buildings in Nigeria, all buildings belonging to the federal government. And we can provide free of charge drawings and other professional services.
Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development charged to tackle Nigeria's housing deficit, estimated at more than 17 million housing units.
Concern about the quality of service that Nigerians are receiving regarding GSM and all telecom.
President Buhari directs Communication Technology Ministry to address poor quality service by telecom service providers. And development partners support Nigeria on genetically modified organisms. Welcome to NTA Network News. My name is Muhammad Kudu Abubakar. Despite an 8.7% growth in the real estate sector, Nigeria still faces a housing deficit of an estimated 17 million units. Ways and means of boosting housing delivery in Nigeria took center stage at an interactive session between President Muhammadu Buhari and officials of the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
The provision of affordable and decent housing has been a top priority for successive governments in Nigeria. Regrettably, however, the nation is yet to develop an effective and workable housing delivery program towards achieving the desired housing for all policy. At the interaction between President Muhammadu Buhari and officials of the Ministry of Land, Housing and Urban Development, challenges hampering housing development in Nigeria over the years were discussed. These include inadequate funding, high cost of building materials, dearth of local artisans in the building industry, low penetration of mortgage financing, as well as non-accessibility of finance by genuine developers.
As a father who has the interest of all Nigerians, particularly the underprivileged at heart, he was much after the provision of housing. Not only provision of housing, but affordable housing, social housing for the low income and lower medium income group of people. Those are the vulnerable groups that need urgent help from government.
The role of the ministry in government's plan towards rebuilding the badly devastated Northeast was also analyzed at the meeting.
He was interested in the rebuilding of the northeastern region of Nigeria because of the devastation that has occurred in the region. The ministry comes in because the ministry is in charge of all public buildings in Nigeria, all buildings belonging to the federal government, and we can provide free of charge drawings and other professional services to developers in the region and as well as other regions of Nigeria.
The Permanent Secretary was accompanied to the briefing by the Managing Director of the Federal Housing Authority and other stakeholders in the land, housing and urban development sectors. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Still at the State House, President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the Ministry of Communication Technology to work harder towards ensuring that the revenue potentials of Nigeria's information technology subsector are fully developed. At an audience with officials of the ministry, the President directed that poor quality services by telecom operators in the country must be addressed. Here again is Adamu Sambu.
Acknowledging the quantum leap in the contributions of the ICT sector to the nation's gross domestic product, President Muhammadu Buhari ordered the Communications Ministry to forward all pending proposals for the development of the ICT sector to him for consideration and approval. He said now that oil costs less and the nation is contending with the threat, the federal government has no alternative than to move to areas where the needed revenue can be realized quickly. The President, however, said poor quality of telecom services in Nigeria must be addressed.
The President was concerned about the quality of service that Nigerians are receiving regarding GSM and all telecom operators. We will try to explain why there are challenges with the quality of service, having to do with the issue of a right-of-way, multiple taxation that is limiting the investment of telecom operators in this area. And the President offered that to personally champion this.
He is also worried about the liquidation of NITEL and asked for a comprehensive report from the ministry in view of the continuing protest by Nigerians over the issue.
He is not opposed to its privatization, but want to know how the whole transaction was undertaken so that we can be sure as a government that Nigeria was really not shortchanged.
President Buhari welcomed the NIPO Central Bank Financial Inclusion Program, which is converting post offices into one-stop shop for government services, including financial transactions. With this, he said, post offices in Nigeria, especially in the rural areas, can be recovered from rats and rodents. President Buhari is also happy about efforts at deepening and consolidating the implementation of the broadband plan, e-government master plan, as well as getting the NICOM start to run quickly.
And the government is excited that there is so much that can be done using ICT for national security and to combat terror. And we are going to quickly articulate a whole range of memo for its approval.
From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
142 internally displaced persons camped at Ohuagua, Ovia Northeast Council area of Edo State, who are reunited with their families, were at the Edo State Government House, where Governor Adams Oshomole hosted them to bid them farewell. Edward Ubang Achbong has details.
Out of the 143 children, 49 parents are returning with 112 children to their states. Governor Oshomole, who acknowledged the role of the Red Cross in reuniting the children with their parents in camps in the north, reiterated the commitment of the federal government to end Boko Haram insurgency and settle internally displaced persons in their localities. Some of the parents shared their joy on reuniting with their children.
I appreciate the governorship with the people that taking care of the children before I come.
We are enjoying it to stay here. We are raised here. I don't like to go back again with them. The internally displaced persons were brought into the state in 2013 by a faith-based organization. Governor Oshomole has been visiting the camp to ensure that adequate provision is made for the inmates. In Benin, Udakobong Achibong, NTA News.
Still on the internally displaced persons, the General Overseer of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, Prophet Tope Joshua, has described the deplorable condition in which Nigerians displaced by the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast region are living. Instead of this, when a delegation of the church paid a visit to the internally displaced persons IDP camp in Kuchiguru, Abuja, where he also donated 10 million naira to the displaced persons. Lydia Samson has the story.
They are displaced within their own borders and not covered by the international law on refugees and are therefore difficult to protect or provide with humanitarian assistance. It is in the light of this that the plight of the internally displaced persons have continued to elicit support from philanthropic individuals and organizations, with the latest being the Synagogue Church of All Nations. Emir of Dora, Umar Farouk Umar, who handed the 10 million naira check to the camp chairman on behalf of the church, urged them to utilize the money prudently.
He has given a check for 10 million for them to buy some materials that they feel that they need, that can survive them, that can make them live a very good life.
Represented by Khalid Tebite, Prophet T.B. Joshua also promised the IDPs that the church will provide a medical ambulance as well as this healthcare delivery in the camp. The IDP camp chairman, Solomon Emmanuel, said the bulk of the money will be used to establish a clinic, while part of it will be utilized in the provision of other necessities.
I didn't experience this thing can happen to us here. We are here since January 2014.
The IDPs, previously elated, said they've been in the Kuchigoro camp since 2014 and commended the church for the gesture, which they described as unprecedented. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Enhancing the protection of lives and property by the Nigerian Police Force remains a recurring discourse across the country. This was the case on NTA's Breakfast Show program, Good Morning Nigeria, which examined issues that arose from the 2015 National Security Summit, co-organized by the Nigerian Police Force. Joy Uzo, who monitored the program, now reports.
2022 National Security Summit brought to the fore a paradigm shift by the Nigerian police force on the people-centered policing. The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, who was guest on the program, gave an in-depth and insightful analysis on what contemporary policing is all about, emphasizing that this is the new thinking of the Nigerian Police High Command.
In the northeast, we are having issues of the insurgency. In the north central and northwest, we have issues of cattle rustling. When you go to the southwest, you have issues of kidnapping and robbery. Then if you move down south, you have issues of, youth restiveness, proliferation of firearms and all those issues. When you come and situate that against, the numeric strength of the Nigerian police force and the paucity of funds, you will discover that it is time, we start devising strategies that will help us to address in a holistic manner these issues that we are dealing with.
The chairman, Cross River State Council of Traditional Rulers and Paramount Ruler of Bakassi Local Government, His Royal Majesty Etin Okon Edet, appealed for a clearer synergy between the local government areas and the police to help fight crime and foster peace in the nation. He suggested confidence building by the Nigerian police force and the traditional institutions.
Our colleagues are prepared, but I appeal to those who are not prepared to be prepared for this new challenge, for the community policing that we've been looking for a very long time. Police are there to maintain peace, and the role of traditional laws are to maintain peace. So if we work in collaboration, I think we will have more peace.
At the summit, the federal government resolved to recruit 10,000 police officers and establish a properly trained and equipped federal anti-terrorism multi-agency task force that would effectively address the challenge of insurgency in a sustainable manner. In Abuja, Joy Israel.
Experts in the nation's justice system have expressed concern over the fate that is likely to be before the justice sector bills that were passed towards the end of the tenure of the 7th National Assembly. The Nigerian Bar Association is coordinating a response of stakeholders to inject new life into the bills proposable assent by President Muhammadu Buhari. Premier Cho has the report.
The 15 bills being scrutinized by the Nigerian Bar Association stakeholders meeting are part of the 46 passed by the National Assembly on the eve of the end of its tenure. Although the public perception was that the alleged hurried passage tainted the whole process, the then chairman of the Senate Committee on Rules, Senator Ethan Enang, says the National Assembly acted within its rules by adopting what he called special procedure to pass the 46 bills. What he said is important is the process and time of transmission to the President for assent.
Because we normally have a problem of having passed a bill. It takes long for the bills to be transmitted to the President. That is longer than the 30 days.
But the Nigerian Bar Association is more concerned about the quality of the bills and not just presidential assent.
Whether the President can assent, whether they are skilled or not skilled, we'll get to that.
However, there are some stakeholders who still think that the whole process must have to start all over again.
But in the event we discover some are skilled, if one can say it, then we have to go over to the drum board, start all over. If the President vetoes it, which National Assembly will pass it? Is it this new one or the old one?
In Abuja, Femi Okeowo, NTA News.
Empowering women and eliminating all forms of discrimination have been identified as antidote to combating poverty, disease and stimulation of the Nigeria's economy. This is the consensus of stakeholders at a one-day agenda-setting forum on the outcome of the African Regional Post-2015 Sustainable Development Goals, organized by the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs in Abuja. Fatima Ali reports on the forum with the theme, Leave No Woman Behind.
The new development framework SDGs has set of goals and targets aimed at addressing various human needs, including promoting women's equal access to full participation in economic opportunities, education, and healthcare services. The Sustainable Development Goals will replace Millennium Development Goals at the end of September 2015. The African Regional High-Level Forum therefore brainstormed on the new agenda, which includes 17 goals and 169 targets as agreed
193 countries in Rio de Janeiro Convention in this month. End poverty in all its forms, ensure healthy life and promote well-being for all at all ages.
Access to water and sanitation. Women suffer a lot because they have to provide water for the family. So in a community without sanitation, access to sanitation, then that is a big crisis because nobody can live in dignity without water.
I also wish to invite anything for girls to leave any woman behind, allow the girls to go to school, give them a higher than my education.
What plans do we have for the implementations of the SDGs? We don't want to be taking on the West, or we don't want in the next 15 years to come here and be telling stories. The agenda are expected to be adopted by the heads of government and the UN General Assembly in September 2015. In Abuja, particularly NTA News.
Development partners, United States and ECOWAS have pledged to support Nigeria in her quest to boost agricultural production and healthcare service delivery through genetic modification of organisms. The federal government has therefore urged the producers and importers of genetically modified crops to abide by the Nigerian environmental and safety laws. Musa Baba Ali has the report.
Though Nigeria has developed the National Biosafety Law which permits the adoption of genetically modified technology in her agriculture and healthcare system, health and agricultural research institutes are yet to key in due to absence of guidelines and regulations for adopting technology.
We already have them drafted, but we want to review them to ensure that they are in conformity with the Act.
To this effect, therefore, development partners including African Union are assisting Nigeria to produce the necessary guidelines for socio-economic benefit of the country.
We've opened up a door that leads to a more prosperous Nigeria, where more farms grow more harvests and employ more people.
The federal government has directed that the technology will only be allowed for economic development. As such, producers, importers and marketers are to abide by the existing laws.
We are going to be able to now, modify some of these genetically modified organisms that will help us in food production, try to make sure that the economy grows faster, through the food security and all of that.
The regulations and guidelines are to increase and strengthen the biosafety law to enable Nigeria benefit from the modern technology without compromising the safety of the environment and human health. In Abuja, Musa Baba Ali, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Ahmed Lawan Kuru as the Managing Director of the Assets Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON. Until his appointment, Mr. Ahmed Kuru was the Group Managing Director of the Enterprise Bank Limited. In a statement, the Special Advisor to the President of Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says the appointment follows the dissolution of the executive management team of AMCON. Also appointed are Kola Ayeye, Eberechukwu Ineze and Aminu Ismail as executive directors of the corporation. The appointments are with immediate effect from this Tuesday. Similarly, President Muhammadu Buhari has commiserated with the people of Misau and Bauchi State over the death of the Emir of Misau, Alhaji Muhammadu Manga III. President Buhari joins them in mourning the late Emir, whom he said will be remembered as a humble and caring leader who did not miss any opportunity to promote the education and well-being of his people. The President praised God to console members of his family, the people of Misau and Bauchi State as they mourn the highly respected traditional ruler. He also prayed that God will receive the late Emir's soul and grant him eternal rest. Coming out after this break, postal services not adversely affected by information and communication technology, says outgoing Postmaster General. Don't go away.
Nothing feels better than having stuff made just for you, like the NTA Super Saver Plus.
This special plan gets me. Treats me like royalty.
And roaming, this plan allows you to receive calls and SMS for free in more countries.
When they ask me why I love MTN Super Saver Plus, I just say it's too sweet to me.
MTN Super Saver Plus, because success has its privileges. MTN, everywhere you go.
No antiseptic liquid kill the germs that cause diarrhea,
HIV type 1. Dettol Dog. Dettol provides 10 times more protection versus leading competition. Dettol is the #1 selling antiseptic liquid proven to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. So why take a risk with your loved ones? From the very first time I met my girl, I knew I had to stay connected to her and keep her close. I needed a plan, so I got one. Nah. What kind of plan are you thinking of? I got a funny one plan. Airtel Unlimited. A data package that gives me a fast and reliable browsing experience. That's not all. It also allows me to make calls and send SMS. And it gets even better with the game changer that allows me to stay connected to WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, BBM, and Tugo, even when my data runs out. Now that's the unlimited advantage. So I'm always connected to my family, friends, business partners, my fans, and of course, my girl. Now I've got unlimited affection.
Enjoy endless connection with Airtel Unlimited, the data package that keeps you connected to social media even when your data runs out. Dial *489# to subscribe for the small, medium, large or extra large package. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Would you like some water? It's cold, especially for you. Which era are you living in? We have a fridge. When everything else in your house is from the present, then why are your toilet cleaning methods from the past? Harpic, all-in-one for you. Compared to other toilet cleaners, Harpic removes top stains, kills all germs, and removes bad odors. For a shining clean and fresh toilet. Wow! You should also check the Harpic all-in-one salad. New lower prices on Nigeria's driest diaper. Pampers Small Pack, now only 350 Naira. Pampers Economy Pack for 1,300 Naira. Try Pampers Baby Dry today from just 350 Naira. Pampers.
Think 5 megabytes, enough to post your favorite pictures of Lucky, your beloved bingo, on the internet. And maybe Lucky could be all the rage. Think 10 megabytes. Wow! Let us upload a video of Lucky. Now Lucky is a YouTube sensation. Okay. 500 megabytes. Ooh! Lucky selfies, Lucky album downloads, Lucky Instagram photo bombs with flavor. Among me, and look, it's the band. One day, watch Lucky take the red carpet live at his new movie premiere and watch the making of his latest music video featuring Omaumi. You have brought Lucky this far on one day. Just take a couple of seconds to think how far you're gonna get on Glow Internet.
Stay ahead. Upgrade to Glow Mobile Broadband high-speed internet for everyone. Enjoy the new all-purpose data pack. Use it the way you want. 1-day pack for 50 Naira and 7-day pack for 200 Naira. Introducing Dettol 175 grams Family Soap. Buy Dettol Family Soap for 200 Naira and save 50 Naira.
Indomie presents Flash and Win promos. Buy Indomie Noodle Super Packs. Find the phone number written on the seasoning wrapper inside the sachet. Start flashing the numbers and you stand a chance to get instant recharge up to 1,000 Naira. You also stand a chance to win 100,000 Naira daily and 1 million Naira in the mega draws. The more you flash, the more you win. Offer valid while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Indomie, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Once I graduated my degree, I am sorry leaving all this behind. All this will stop once I find my car. Once I finish my MBA, I will have my permission and my own office. When I move into my new flat, then you will know I'm the man. It's time I started planning on building my own house. During that time, university was not so expensive. But what choice do I have? Once we can finish our new office building, the sky
time will be the need.
At FCMB, we believe every day is a new opportunity. Let's help you step forward and take it. FCMB, my bank and on.
Some oils can be bad for your health, such as unbranded oil, which is often packed unhygienically and may contain substances that are toxic for the body. High fat content is not good for our diet, so we have to be extremely careful when choosing our oil. In addition to this, adulterated oil may contain trans fat and high level of cholesterol, both of which are not good for a healthy diet. That's why I use power oil for my family. An oil with zero trans fat and no cholesterol. A healthy oil for a healthy family. The Presidency, the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, welcome you to the 2015 Diaspora Day Conference, coming up on the 24th and 25th of August 2015. The theme of the conference is Diaspora and Nigeria Change Agenda, and the venue is the Conference Center, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Day 1, Monday 24th of August 2015, roundtable discussion and dinner time 4 p.m. Day 2, Tuesday 25th of August 2015, official opening ceremony and thematic sessions time 9 a.m. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President Federal Republic of Nigeria. Attendance is strictly by accreditation. For more information, log on to www.diaspora.gov.ng. Announcer, Mrs. Ibukun Odishote, Permanent Secretary Political Affairs, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
Thank you for remaining on NTA Network News. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says though healthcare report indicates a reduction of road crashes and deaths to 12 and 15% respectively, it is determined to meet the 2015 target of 20 and 30%. Corps Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi stated this in Abuja at a briefing on the state of Nigeria's traffic and plans for the ember mines. Edina Justice has the report.
FRSC says it has stepped up activities to prevent recurrence. The Corps Marshal said Operation Scorpion, an exercise to check SSCs of trailers and other articulated vehicle drivers, was a success as over 2,000 offenders were arrested. He noted that they have identified 4 critical areas: standard, enforcement, institutional capacity building, and legal framework that all the stakeholders must play their part. The Corps Marshal also reiterated that September 1st this year remains enforcement date for speed limiters in commercial vehicles.
Let me assure Nigerians that the Corps is making adequate arrangements towards the end of the year's special patrol operations, the ember months, are confident that the roads will be safer for all road users, and also on our rescue if we saw some ambulances downstairs. So with this, all our critical ambulance points will be fully equipped for this.
Other plans, he said, are extension of road safety checks like medical checks on drivers and the establishment of traffic radio. In Abuja, Edina Justice, NTA News.
The Nigeria Postal Service, NIPOS, says the Information and Communication Technology ICT has not affected its operations negatively. Rather, it has enhanced the mandates of the nation's apex postal service. Outgoing Postmaster General Ibrahim Moribaba stated this at the valedictory media briefing in Abuja. Ruben Alkana reports.
The Nigeria Postal Service is the nation's postal administrator. Gone are the days when the post offices were a beehive of activities. But what went wrong? Has the coming of the ICT dwindled its operations?
It's all about upgrading the institution to meet the current demands. Why I'm here now is to send the original copy of a letter to somebody. You know, with IT, you cannot send the original copy unless you scan it. I just collected a letter from the box sent to me from my village people. I just got it. Now, if I have actually wanted to get that with ICT, that is not getting there, how will I get the information?
The retiring Postmaster General of the Federation says NIPOS is doing a lot as a testimony that the post remains relevant. For example, he says, between 2006 and now, in collaboration with some security agencies, it has been able to intercept prohibited items and illegal transactions worth over 125 billion naira. He says with the assistance of the Nigeria Communication Satellite and the National Information Technology Development Agency (NITDA), all 9 post outlets are being computerized.
ICT has added value to the post office all over the world.
Ibrahim Mori Baba is due to retire this week after serving for 9 years as the Postmaster General of the Federation. In Abuja, Ruben Okala, NTA News.
Time now to join Lagos, where Jennifer is standing by. We hear, Jennifer, that the reappointed Managing Director of the Nigeria Port Authority has already taken over. Tell us about it.
Yes, thank you, Kudu. Good evening and welcome to the Lagos Network Center. And that's actually after story. Now, following the termination of the appointment of Sanusi Ado Bayero as the Managing Director of the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA), the reinstated Managing Director Habib Abdullahi has formally taken over. Ademola Adeore reports that the outgoing Managing Director expressed appreciation to the federal government for giving him the opportunity to serve. The report.
The brief handing over ceremony witnessed by members of staff of the Nigerian Ports Authority took place at the organization's corporate head office in Lagos. The outgoing Managing Director commended the employee of the authority for the support and cooperation they gave him while in office and thanked the federal government for giving him a chance to serve in that capacity. While relating his experience in his short period in the authority, he said he sees the end of his tenure in the organization as the beginning of his service to the public.
It's an ongoing process in life. Everybody should take life as transitory, and while you are there, you should enjoy it, do your best, contribute as much as you can, and then move on to the next stage of life.
In his response, the reinstated Managing Director, Habib Abdullahi, stressed the need for all workers of the organization to embrace the spirit of change in their official conduct as advocated by the federal government.
Not only to me personally, but to my successor and the predecessor, and to all of us, a collective.
It will be recalled that the outgoing Managing Director, Sanusi Ado Bayero, took over from the reinstated one on the 6th of May this year following his appointment by the former President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. In Lagos, Ademola Adeoye, NTA News.
The Lagos State Government Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has organized a one-day seminar to prepare the intending pilgrims for the 2015 Hajj. The Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode, while declaring the seminar open, urged the pilgrims to take advantage of the various lectures and orientation programs put together for their spiritual development. Victoria Olabode reports.
Speaking on the imperatives of an acceptable Hajj, the Governor, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, said the Hajj exercise would enhance the spiritual development of the pilgrims as well as their capacity for an enduring peaceful and harmonious relationship with people of other faiths and ideologies.
Our faith is in the hands of men and women who have the fear of God, who demonstrate religious tolerance, who are selfless, peaceful, and charitable, and men and women who are ready to sacrifice all they have for the growth and development of our faith and nation in general.
The guest lecturer at the seminar, Dr. Tajuddin Yusuf, in his lecture titled Socio-Economic and Ambassadorial Implications of Hajj, charged the intending pilgrims to be first the ambassador of Allah by doing his will, then good ambassador of Lagos State.
When you support the Hajj and you meet people from other places, they tell you the universality of the family program.
Federal welfare packages have been approved to ensure that the safety and security of the 3,047 pilgrims from Lagos State are safeguarded and not endangered. From Lagos, Victoria Olabode, NTA News.
I want more. I want more. More! How hard can it be to get more? Give me more! Who is this guy? Give me more. Just give it to me.
Don't settle for less when you can get more out of life. Now get 200% more whenever you recharge on Glow. That's right, 200% guaranteed bonus on recharge. To call or text any network anytime. Still want more? How about 15 megabytes free data on recharge? 1 minute free for 3 minutes of calling. Plus additional free airtime of 200 naira to call family and friends.
That's more.
The grass is definitely 200% greener with Glow. Dial star 200 hash to get your 200% bonus now.
Stallion Group, a progressive conglomerate with diversified business presence in more than 18 countries in sectors like agriculture and rice value chain, automobile manufacturing, automobile sales and services, steel manufacturing, mining, fisheries and aquaculture, plastics and polymers, petrochemicals and packaging, port operations, shipping and logistics, warehousing and distribution, fertilizers, real estate, technology, and financial services. Stallion Group is dedicated towards its social responsibilities with focus on rural and community development, healthcare, child welfare, and a sustainable environment. Stallion Group is committed to making the lives of our people better by providing quality products at an affordable price. Stallion, proudly Nigerian.
My daughter, you are a star. May you be the secret ingredient that makes a happy
prepared in a way only Maggie knows. That's why for generations, Maggie Star has been the secret that brings out the rich taste and aroma in local soups. With Maggie, every woman is a star.
Maggie, good food, good life.
The joy of a seamless connection. Flow, your passport to reach the world.
Every goal, every success deserves your all. Only 100% will do. Chivita, 100%. Chivita 100% juice, made from real natural fruits, with no preservatives and no added sugar. The best always believes in 100%. 100% commitment. 100% quality. 100% achieved. With 100% goodness and real tasted fruits.
Chivita, 100% or nothing.
This is the NTA Network News. Market operators have appealed to the Securities and Exchange Commission to extend the deadline given for market recapitalization. The Securities and Exchange Commission had given market operators up to the 30th of September to recapitalize. Details with Chairman on Business News.
Good evening and a warm welcome to Business Segment. Initially, the Securities and Exchange Commission gave market operators a December deadline. When it was obvious that they could not meet the deadline, it was extended to September 30th. The market operators say while stockbroking houses are in support of the reforms by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the bearish trend witnessed in the capital market is responsible for their inability to meet the deadline.
The dealer member firms, the brokers, are not against recapitalization. All we have just which we have mentioned over time is the issue of the timing.
The earlier date was December 2013, and of course the reason of the global economic meltdown, which adversely affected our market, that was need to actually shift it. And the essence was, which I believe one of the factors was to ensure or to look at a situational buy that will be revival of the market.
Under the new capital requirements, capital base for broker-dealer was raised from 700 million naira to 300 million naira, while brokers was raised from 40 million naira to 200 million naira. And trading activities closed today on the positive note. Here's the graphic details. In the meantime, oil and gas giant Shell has been granted the final permit to begin drilling below the ocean floor for oil in the Arctic. Shell believes that despite the environmental risks, oil can be extracted safely owing to the energy demand across the world. Experts believe that more than 20% of the world's undiscovered oil and gas resources can be found in the Arctic. And that concludes today's package. I am Chiazela Mekies. Back to you, Kudu, for more on the news.
The Nigerian Customs Service has rehabilitated, remodeled and upgraded its health institute at the Karu outskirts of the Federal Capital Territory to a 50-bed hospital to offer quality medical services to its staff and members of its immediate community as part of the Nigerian Customs Service's social responsibility. The upgraded hospital was commissioned by the Kaduna State Governor, Nasiru Ahmad El-Rufai. Bonaventure Nwodu has details.
Governor Nasiru Ahmad El-Rufai said since 2004 he has been associated with the Nigerian Customs Service as a member of former President Obasanjo's economic team.
We took the risk of recommending to the President to approve that the customs withholds part of its cost of part of its revenues as cost of collection, so that the welfare of the Customs Service staff will be improved.
He commended the outgoing Comptroller General of Customs, Diko Idi Abdullahi, for his distinguished public service. The outgoing Comptroller General of Customs said the hospital will serve as a reference hospital in the FCT and facilities provided met world-class standards.
And Roman, as an ordinary Nigerian who has an opportunity to serve his nation and I serve my nation diligently.
He advised his staff to strive for excellence in their service to the nation. In Abuja, Bonaventure Nwodu, NTA News.
The Nigeria Communications Commission has emphasized that there is no health hazard from telecom masts situated in residential areas. The Commission made this known at a town hall meeting with telecom service providers, consumers and advocacy groups in Kaduna. Benny Adams reports.
From growing health concerns in the public domain as regards to electromagnetic radiation, vibrations, smoke and other forms of pollution associated with the siting of telecommunication masts and towers in residential areas, which many have said causes cancer amongst other health issues. The Nigerian Communications Commission, with the theme Telecom Masts and Towers, its effect on human health, organized a town hall meeting to address this and a range of other issues bordering on the quality of services offered by various telecommunications outfits in the country.
World Health Organization has given us its position on the issue of mass and powers, and the clear verdict as of today is that it is not harmful to human health.
Artificial cardiac pacemakers are not supposed to keep the handsets close to their chest. People with prosthesis, artificial limbs, are not supposed to keep the handset because it can interfere. And navigational equipment also it interferes with radio frequency. Outside this, there has not been any study to show that it can cause health.
Other concerns raised by consumers at the forum have to do with drop calls interference, and fluctuations in coverage and call charges, among other issues. In Kaduna, Benny Adams, NTA News.
Forum of People in Port Harcourt has the latest on the governorship election tribunal for Rivers State. Over to you, Furo.
Welcome to Port Harcourt. Following the directive of the Rivers State Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC in the state releases electoral materials used in the April general elections. An inspection and certification exercise of the document is ongoing at the Commission's headquarters in Port Harcourt. Correspondent Ogwa Onyedibia has details.
Despite the unfriendly weather, officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in Rivers State and agents of political parties went about the business of making available, certifying and inspecting true copies of all documents used in the last general election.
The job is going on and every section of this activity is working on high speed. This is what we've been asking for. Things are going very well.
We had already produced these documents before, but they said they now want them in long hand, and that is why we are back again working. And to fast track this job, because of the time factor, we have a visiting team of 3 administrative secretaries to come and support us, and they are working. Hopefully within a 1-week time frame, we pray we cover the job.
Security operatives were on ground to keep vigil and ensure the smooth running of the exercise. In Port Harcourt, Ogwa Vivian Onyedibia, NTA News.
The Comptroller of Prison Akwa Ibom State Command, Regina Akpan, has called on organizations and well-meaning individuals for assistance in proper rehabilitation of inmates after completing their jail terms. The Comptroller made a call in Uyo while receiving same equipment donated to the inmates in Uyo. Correspondent Charity James has more on the report.
As part of efforts to rehabilitate and reintegrate ex-prison inmates into the society, a philanthropist, Mr. Samuel Edward Young, donated equipment to 4 discharged prison inmates in Akwa Ibom State Prison.
I have to say that prison, I think that job should not belong to the prison authorities alone, because they are brothers, they are sisters, and that's why we say, no matter how small, let us share that through the guidance of the controller with our own brothers, never from the moon.
The Controller of Prisons, Akwa Ibom State Command, Dr. Regina Akpan, said imprisonment has shifted from punitive measure to the philosophy of human containment.
We have tried within the limits of our resources to make sure that we provide training for them while to be put.
Because you have restored us back to the society in a great way like this, God will not forget you.
The event was witnessed by the representative of Akwa Ibom State Chief Judge and that of Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare. In Uyo, Charity James, NTA News.
Well, that's all we have from Port Harcourt Network Center. Back to Abuja. Good evening.
Thank you for up ahead, sports, global tidbits, and more. Stay with the NTA Network News.
The introduction of the Treasury Single Account is the focus on NTA TV Live this week. What does it mean and how does it operate? For answers to this and more, only on NTA TV Live. It's incisive, informative, and engaging. Don't be told. Join us.
All over Nigeria, everyone came to give us the best thing we know in one word. So we'll select top 10. Red Bear. Good Jew. Which gives the best thing we know one arm with Ariel and the other with the other female detective. The other female detective and Ariel, let's say we need to in Nigeria in one walk.
Some oils can be bad for your health, such as unbranded oil, which is often packed unhygienically and may contain substances that are toxic for the body. High fat content is not good for our diet, so we have to be extremely careful when choosing our oil. In addition to this, adulterated oil may contain trans fat and high level of cholesterol, both of which are not good for a healthy diet. That's why I use power oil for my family. An oil with zero trans fats and no cholesterol. A healthy oil for a healthy family.
Introducing Dettol 175 grams family soap. Buy Dettol family soap for 200 naira and save 50 naira.
On the international scene, aftermath of the breakdown of negotiation with medical doctors, Ghanaian government is set to recruit Cuban medical personnel to fill the gap in Ghana's healthcare delivery system. Even more with Ronke Kolawole on Global Tidbits.
Hit by doctor strike, Ghanaian government is to engage in the services of 177 doctors from Cuba to deliver healthcare at state hospitals. Negotiations between government and its striking doctors have broken down. Ugandan government has reacted to the refusal of South Sudan President Salva Kiir to sign peace proposal urging all political leaders to sacrifice their ego to end civil war in the East African states. In Gabon, President Ali Bongo has pledged to empower the country's youth with the money he will inherit from his father Omar Bongo, who ruled the oil-rich country for 41 years. News from Iran says the country is ready to work with other powers in the Middle East to promote peace following last month's nuclear deal with the hope of regaining the trust of neighboring states. And in the United States, record breaks are still.
Super Eagles head coach Sandy Oliso took charge of his first training session of the nation's senior men's football team on Monday. Oliso, who was joined on the drills by his Belgian assistant Jean-Francois Lescouto, trained with 13 home-based players. We have to get everybody on ground to know exactly how optimistic we should be. But we are also realistic. We know that we have to get the train on track first. So gradually we're starting. Reactions have continued to trail the 18-man list of the foreign-based professionals for the Super Eagles AFCON qualifier against Tanzania in September. Exciting UFA-FC of Russia striker Sylvester Igbon, English Championship side Wolverhampton Wanderers goalkeeper Kale Noraikeme, and captain of Russia's midfielder Izuna Uzochukwu are some of the new names in the team. Let's give him a doubt and let him learn on the job, and hopefully it's going to be counterproductive to learn on the job. We need to be optimistic because we've seen some players that we knew they had talent and now they will be given the chance. Nigeria's D Tigers will begin their search for their first Afro-Basket trophy in Tunisia on Wednesday as they clash with Lawal, who just joined Spanish the lake to rest in his palace in Misau. Babel Tafida Misau reports that the funeral prayer was led by the chief imam of Misau, Alhaji Usman Baba.
At 78, the emir is survived by 27 children, 4 wives and many grandchildren. The deceased was taban as emir of Misau in October 1979. He had earlier served as a secretary to the Emirate Council for 3 years, then district head for 21 years before his tabaning as second-class emir in 1979, then upgraded to first-class emir in 1981. Dignitaries that attended the funeral prayer include the Bauchi State Governor Muhammad Abdullahi Abubakar, senators, members of the National and State Assemblies, including emirs from and within outside the state. In Bauchi, Babette Misau, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Senate President Abubakar Bukola Saraki has condoled the people of Bauchi State over the death of the Emir of Misau, Alhaji Muhammad Manga III, who died on Monday. In a statement by his chief press secretary, Sam Onogu, the Senate President extolled the virtues of the deceased royal father, saying noting that his reign had witnessed peace and development in the Emirate and the entire Bauchi State. Senator Saraki urged the people to take solace in the fact that the late emir lived a good life and died in the service of his people, having spent more than 3 decades on the throne. Time now for the weather prospects across the country.